Question here. Can Michael Vick be saved? So I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'm trying to figure out people when they go to prison or people whenever they get caught up in things in life. Can they actually be rehabilitated? I think that really society can give you tools and things that help a person to be rehabilitated and come back and be successful back into society. But I think it is very much up onto the person themselves. So I can't make Michael Vick do anything. Only Michael Vick can stop or had stopped or whatever being an evil person that had murdered dogs. So I just wanted to put in comparison to him because what I thought was of people's souls, whether they're rich or whatever, we're all imperfect. Every single one of us, every one of us. So I don't want to count myself out of not being saved by God and not being truly a holy person and living my life dignified in the face of people. Um, just not be um, a moron. Is that a good way to put it? Maybe not the most politically correct way to say something, but I'm not here to be politically correct with people today. I'm just saying I made a video about Michael Vick on here, not about him, but about something that he does, and I called it um, something to do with Michael Vick, Michael Vick workout or something. I don't know. I erased the video now. I don't remember or recall, and I don't know how much people are using Michael Vick just for their little broadcasts and TV shows and stuff like that. But I'm not using Michael Vick for uh, like that. I am talking about him, but I'm not using him for a tool or ploy to attack a guy to go after him in a negative way. What I would say more positively, I always thought that Michael Vick was not a lost cause and didn't have a lost soul. So I figured that he could be saved and his soul and his mind can be overturned um, more if he's already been doing a good job in society and not acting up and he's a straight up individual with himself first. Like I said, you can only change yourself. Nobody can really make me or anybody do anything. It's our own doing. So I just always looked at him in particular as being somebody who could be saved. Um, so through the blood of Christ. So I just didn't want to count the guy out in that sense, and that's why I posted a Michael Vick something about him before in a kind of a positive light. It wasn't like the most spotlightish. Hey, look at this type of thing. It was just something I was trying to put in people's minds, especially young people, the younger that they are, if they're going to try out to be a quarterback, throw the ball. I was just putting a thought in their mind that Michael Vick was about the last person that I heard of that could throw with both hands. So I called it the Michael Vick Challenge. That's what it was. But all this, they're still talking about Michael Vick in a negative way. Certain people, and I don't. And the reason why is because now it makes a little bit more sense. The story about Saul. Saul actually persecuted and killed Christians before he became a Christian. So if that transition can happen to Saul, that can happen to any human being. So it doesn't matter if I dislike people putting a thumb down on my video or not. I'm just trying to explain why I did not try to distance myself. Of course, at first, whenever it happened with Michael Vick and the dogs, I was angry at him. I was very upset with him, and really, I couldn't. I didn't care if the guy got shanked to death in prison. As far as I was concerned, I was right on board with everybody else on hating him, because I have dogs, and people who have dogs know that they're like your kids. So you don't want your kid to grow up. I know this is a dog, but I'm talking about a real person. So when people look at their dogs, they look at them just like people sometimes. And if it was a real person, you wouldn't want a real person, if you were a true individual in here, to grow up without tools and other things that couldn't make them successful and happy whenever they grow up and be able to do their own thing or whatever. So um, that's why everybody was upset with Michael Vick. Basically, everybody has a dog. There's so many dogs that are killed every year. So instead of helping dogs that are in need, and Michael Vick taking opportunity in his life to had shared and spread some of his wealth and his money, like a lot of us would do. A lot of us, honestly, if we had Michael Vick money, if we had Nike endorsements, we would do positive things for the community, and people would try and stop us, but um, it would be really hard for them if you had money, because money rules the world. So you either let your money go bad like Michael Vick did, or you use your money for the better good of society. So um, basically, I feel disappointed that instead of him doing something positive for so many dogs that are in the shelters, he was doing what he was doing. So that might be another emotion caught up into that. But as far as it goes on, I believe that Michael Vick can be saved. Other people, everybody's got an opinion. I see how hardened a lot of people are in their opinion, and we're supposed to be Christians, and people not. I'm not the type of Christian that would turn their other cheek, but I am trying to learn to be the type of Christian that learns to forgive, not forget. I'm not gonna forget what happened because it's part of an illness or something that you might say. Like, if you become an alcoholic, you always have that illness, you know. So you use Jesus Christ to um, use that as medication for whatever ails you, you know. And I believe that it works. I believe prayer is the most powerful thing aside from God Himself. So I don't want to hear all the negativity, but when I do, it obviously points out that people are um, they're not religious. So if they're gonna keep rolling and rolling and rolling with this thing, what things do you do that society has come adjusted to, allowing, saying that's all right to do? But yeah, you're guilty of something. We all are. Like I said at the beginning of this here, I said we are all guilty people, you know. So nobody is perfect, and nobody gets out of that. So where we move on from our mistakes is the real difference. I just, like I said, I just wish that he would have done something for the dogs, because there's so many dogs that are in shelters, and there's people that need to put their heads together and collaborate on what to do with these dogs. You have the pit bulls and parolees, and then you have the Caesar Milan. For some reason, they didn't. They have the right intentions and they're doing the right thing, but they're both different things that they did with the dogs. So I don't know why people don't team up more for the animals. And I don't buy that people cannot change. Um, Even somebody that did something that horrible. So I think I'm making this video just to explain um, what my method or what my intentions were, whatever, why I did that, is because he truly is a guy you can throw with both hands. I found that interesting because I am sort of an ambidextrous guy. The more that I use both of my hands equally, the more in tune I am with it. So I have a little bit of an understanding there. Thought that was impressive of Vick. So, um, anyways, I just say um, don't count people out. And Christians really they need to pray more about people like that and about situations going on instead of being so hardened and determined to push them back. Because all you're doing is you're helping the world to be more evil and built up, kind of get more steam against the actual true way to forgive people. I don't think that I know that. So anyhow, that was the reason why I did what I did and posted about Michael Vick or whatever. I wasn't trying to say anything other than that. So thanks.